Hi, this is my video review for Shadows of Yesterday. You can see the silhouette of a creepy nurse there, walking down the aisle. Shadows of Yesterday is a scenario for Epoch, the horror role-playing game. This is basically a World War I scenario. The players play as soldiers that have been recently recruited to fight the Great War. Warning, this video contains spoilers, so if you're not a game master, don't watch it. The players start out as soldiers carrying out their everyday duties in the army. However, things start to take a turn or feel towards supernatural uneasiness when suddenly allied soldiers attack the players, and in a very frenzied or insane way. The players will obviously don't know what's the cause that's making their allies, their comrades, attack them, and they will be sent to the front lines because there have been rumors that a German outpost has been very quiet, as if there's no one there, and because that is a strategic position, they send out a group composed by the player characters. The player characters will arrive at the scene, the abandoned German camp or position, and they will find everything in a state of abandonment, of like some soldiers just went away and other soldiers will be lying dead for some unexplained reason. There are signs that it may be related to some type of gas, and shortly German soldiers will arrive at the same spot, and the players will have the opportunity to capture them and interrogate them. However, the true horror of the story will be revealed. An evil, it's a sort of chlorine gas cloud, but it's not exactly it. It's actually an alien entity that came from. It's similar to a Lovecraftian story of The Color Out of Space. It's a sort of entity that fell on Earth, and it fused or took the shape or form of this chlorine gas. What this creature does is suffocate its victims, but just barely, and it keeps them in a sort of comatose state where they live certain nightmarish scenarios. They live episodes that reflect their worst fears, their most intimate worries and horrors. The chlorine cloud tricks the players into believing they actually were suffered an attack when they went to the abandoned German outpost, and they are now currently being housed and healed in a hospital. But this hospital is a mental construct. It's actually a false facade, so that this creature can feed on the players' horror, on the characters' horrors, on their worst fears. There's a nurse that every once in a while enters the room and assures them that everything is going to be okay and that she is going to give them treatment. But what this nurse does is actually she takes the conscience of one of the characters to a sort of torture room, and that character, after being injected with many false substances, because this is all happening in the player's mind, in the character's mind. There is no real hospital, there is no real medicine applied to the character. It's actually all just a sort of hypnotic scenario, and the character will experience many nightmarish situations related to his most intimate fears, and this will repeat itself until one or more of the characters realizes that this is an abnormal situation and they need to get out of that hospital. And I forgot one other important detail. Most of the time the characters are blindfolded and they don't know exactly what's going on, so that even adds more to the tension of the scenario. When the characters actually find a way to escape that false reality, they awaken in the middle of a heated battlefield when the Germans and the Allied forces are fighting, and this is the only chance the characters will get to put a stop to this alien gas cloud by throwing grenades at it, or ordering some sort of strike or heavy weapons attack over it. And this is basically the whole scenario. Now I'll give you my thoughts about it. I think it's a great scenario, but for groups that don't expect conventional horror, this is not your typical ghost house or haunted cemetery or psychopath chasing me through the woods scenario. This is very alien, very weird. It's a bit Lovecraftian in the sense of this entity which has no defined form, and it attacks the players in such an abstract way by fooling their minds, tricking them into believing there is a reality that actually is healing them, but it's actually torturing them in the worst ways imaginable. And I really recommend it for those game masters that want their group to experience a horror out of the norm, out of the conventional things you are accustomed to. And the PDF is a good quality PDF. It's easy to navigate, and it comes with cards, so you can print them, because you need cards for this game. And it also comes with a print-friendly format. So if you don't have a color printer, don't worry, the black and white cards work great. Well, thanks for watching my video. If you have any comments, please post them. I will read them. See you next time.